come to you, or however you want to, say that. One of the things that I reflect upon is what it's, being a poet in a time like this. One thing is there's no shortage of inspiration. But we've covered like the dire aspects, and so I feel free to go into other areas. So. You say you are searching, that you cannot find it. You say you are lost. Listen, grasshopper, love is not a battleground where the bleeding losers are left strewn about to beckon for death's welcoming rap, longing for a final gentle word or touch from God. And I do not serve the angels. They have just about everything they need by now. As for you, aching in mind, body, or soul, who have that acquired taste for love, the thirst that seemingly draws one out of one's mind, I'll tell you what. You can find it simply enough. Go, give nourishment to all tender beings. Feed every wide mouth. Quench thirst for love, and love as you would be loved, right where you are. Let your happiness wander no more, no matter where you go, and so be requited. Let your beautiful lips and supple, passionate flesh open sweetly to all the love that you can imagine. Yield to its want, and disseminate all those vital gifts that you have upon this magnificent world of ours. And then this is something in that vein. I could have read my poem about the angry gods, but then gods. Anyway, they call it singing. For miles around there is farmland, but I stopped here to look at you, a great but lone tree of a kind I do not know, but which has long taken root here in the soft love of the Great Mother through the parade of seasons. Your leaves seem golden in this light, and you whisper your limbs motion so the thousands of leaves follow in millions of ways. This is your body singing. No wonder children love to come near and regard you as friend. Home to any bird, they join in with you, though they play tunes of feast or drink while you sing only of time. I took a portion of this day to touch you with peaceful intent, give you a pat, speak softly, and in a way offer to you the grace I feel as my beautiful eyes behold your elegant, naked frame. The friendly wind plays soft through fluted clouds drifting in the sky, and you have a beautiful style, wonderful taste and friend, and your mind refines mine. Your spirit laughs with the ground, and this is freedom. Intimate with our mother, you reach to the stars with muscular limbs, moaning in your passion so that God is pleased. His hands find your soul and feels its yearning to build music. We share instruments, you know. We are companions on this earth, and with it so are we friends with the sun and its planets. Mountains and clouds envy your dance as they might my legs or tongue were I among them, and singing as I do now, hopefully with you as you dance. So there'll be no sleep tonight. I am become a pilgrim with the whole of this prairie as my summer house. And it's true, love does bring out the truth. One is never forsaken, as one might be by the joys of our simple paths. Surely, my friend, we can guide each other here, find what's hidden forever, when all we have is time. That night, heaven lifted its filmy veil, revealed the magnificence of myriad worlds flung out upon the universe of unlimited love. And our conduct of that love was exemplary. Thank you.
And then we have the Cinderella. Give him a round as he comes up here.
See, this thing is, I don't know what it's saying. What's running now? I don't know what
I had to lift it to get you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, but now it's actually.
I know.
I don't know.
Well, we should switch the microphone next time, set it up a different.
Yeah.
While they're trying to set that together, I wanted to make a mention of a couple things. On last Saturday, I had the privilege of seeing John Rodonio and Tom Abacoli Mecca. They were over at the Cafe Bazaar. And we really got to start sort of supporting each other when we hear our brothers and sisters and other people. Anyway, that we all support each other because it's very important. Because we've got to get stronger, as you know. So I don't want to belabor the point. Yeah. And the second thing is Clara Sue. I've already forgot he's Mr. Wong's first name. David Wong. And he plays the Huqin, ancient Chinese instrument that he is keeping alive. It is beautiful behind poetry. It's beautiful music behind just itself. And I was talking to him about the elders who play out in the streets, and I said, when I was off the coast of China and I heard that music, I knew that that was the Chinese blues. So anyway, I'm gonna do 3, and Mr. Erdreich is going to be, now the one I told you was about the 2 neighborhoods.
Rage and
Castro.
yes. Oh, right.
Yeah, because I made that decision quick.
So which one are you doing first?
White on Hate, Gone in the Castro. Breathe. White in the Hate, Gone in the Castro. The parade on Hate begins in the late morning, earlier on weekends. Gathers like rolling tumbleweeds down sidewalks as tourists blow into town 50 years, some years too late. Yeah, Hate Street, street of love, hangers on to a dream unrealized. She carries a bag that says, shop, repeat. Love equals shopping. It's a different hate, where dreams, fantasy are sold back to you. The Castro, great street theater, days of protest, joy, pain, lesbians, gays said fuck you to all your religious legal guilt. They set those who have guilt free, separating them from it. Now white picket fences, gay parades sponsored by corporate hacks. Gone is the Castro of protest. Conversations of a better world in their communities, country, world. Our city is in either transition for something happening again, alive, or it is in its death throes. The lines drawn, gauntlet thrown down. What will be done? What will be our future in the city we love? Courageous, why don't we do that?
Okay, go ahead.
And see if I'm comfortable with the other one. This is called Rages. Something that seems to be going on. There are raging fires, raging on minibuses, raging on streets, raging in mines, raging. There's a rumor, a new concert series called The Rage on center stage for all to engage. Just what an empire would order right up so all can be caged. Get your daily rage on, read it in pages, rages for the ages, not for the hearts of sages. The major will tell you of the gauges, if you believe, accept it. Rage! Rage on! Rage with strumpet, legitimized. We're all prostitutes on this bus, all for that wage. Rage, what's on the page? Looks like tree making to me. Rage!
There you go. Thank you. All right. Wait for the page. David Erdreich on the instrumental terpsichoreal. I'm on the phone.
Don't do this at home. We are professionals. We are professionals. All right. So, as I like to say at this point in the evening, as we come to the teacher's introduction, I'm going to introduce the teacher. Clara Sue, just give her a nice round of applause right now. Come on. And I was reflecting about what I might say, and then I left the note that I had at home. So there you go. But I think I've known Clara for almost 20 years or close to 20 or something like that. Yeah. And it's like, I didn't realize I'd known this person that long. And over those years, I've shared poetry with her, her with me. We've done poetry writing together. We've been here. She was here before I was here, so that's a long time. And what I'd like to say about her style or presentation, it might be quiet, but it is not quiet. I mean, you know, you listen to what is said and you're going, oh, and meanwhile it's very, very soft, very nice. She's worked with other poets, Jack Foley's. They did duets together. They've done them here. She has.
Great Pond.
Huh?
Done it with Great Pond.
Oh, and also with Greg Pons. Thank you very much. And then also the Clarion Center for the Performing Arts is her baby. So that is a place where plays are done. We saw Dial M for Murder there not that long ago with a after party that was really great. I sang on the stage back then. But her poetry, to just get back to that, is beautiful. It's crafted, it's careful, and she uses, I mean, she doesn't go off with these highfalutin forms or languages. She has intimate and simple language that gets in and rattles around and makes changes. She reaches the heart, the mind, the soul. She has the whole package there. And since now you might want to say, will you be quiet? I will now be quiet, and she will come up here and entertain you intelligently with soulful imprecations of music. Give her a round of applause as she comes up here.
Let me make sure this is good.
So much.
Okay.
Well, then it's right that we've known each other close to 20 years. I started coming to Sacred Grounds in 2001. You weren't there yet.
Yeah.
So the only person that was there was Owen Dunkel.
Come around there, Owen.
And I couldn't remember anybody else, but I think Owen was the one. Maybe Ed, but I didn't meet you in the first time while I was here. Since then, it really has changed. The people have changed. And I thought that for National Poetry Month, I'd like to pay tribute to the Sacred Grounds poet who has gone before us. And I started writing elegies for each one of them. And I have compiled a long poem, and I called it Passacaglia for the Dead. Passacaglia is a musical form that has a constant bass line. And so I would like to do that. the people that you hear, these were all Sacred Grounds poet, and I had a suspicious feeling that I must have missed one or two, and I did miss two. One of them is Leonard Irving. Sorry, Leonard, I don't have a poem for you. And then the other one is Freeman.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Waiting. I look for you among the pedestrians, an idol in the cafe which you frequented. But no matter how slowly I sip my coffee and nibble at my sandwich, you are not to pass by and discover that I am waiting on this slightly rainy day when grayness dominates the skyline and the vast internal space. My cup is empty. My plate has few crumbs. I am to carry my wanting to the street, to the car, to the place I work, to the house I sleep and wake. Passacaglia for the dead. Timor mortis conturbit me. K.L. Hill. First thunder, growling hungrily, spits of rain, warning of change. Fallen leaf beside the glass jar, empty seat in the cafe, and the low murmur among poets that tonight would be different. It has come to pass, the wind kicks up. He won't be seen again. Timor mortis conturbit me. Syria wit. Sometimes it is necessary to come down the hill and be with people. It is not out of loneliness, but a call to be the mosaic's interlocking piece. Then break away from the knit with millions of other pieces, the porcelain skin, the unsteady gait, the halting speech, die cast, reshuffle into the puzzle without a name. Timor mortis conturbit me. Johanna Wedgwood. Johanna, queen of the woodland, keeper of the sacred grounds, your poetic ramblings salute you. For 2 decades you sat among us, splendid in your silver mane and moss green raiment. With each turn of your dial, we were given time. Johanna, the great monarch bear, has summoned you. You rise, knees pulsing, arms swinging, chanting verses that are 2,000 years old, giving birth to the next century's child. Johanna, Druid, we praise you for your walk on earth, the impression you have left on our hearts. Johanna of grace, Johanna of compassion, Johanna of love, Johanna of peace, Johanna of heart magic, Johanna of brain quake, Johanna of light. Timor mortis conturbit me. Carlos Ramirez.
Oh, yeah.
Langston was found in El Salvador. Great big frosty beard. Discovered on the library shelf. Langston Hughes, dances in schoolyards. They called him Santa Claus. Silver liquid drops, he loved the rain. Pete Seeger was found in Dolores Park. White sleeveless undershirt, mine troop. On the 4th of July, Pete held his arms up, turn, turn, turn. Sun on his brown skin, sun in his brown eyes. El Poeta de la Treinta, shy in front of the midwife. She penciled a question mark, a spark, a mite, each leaf a time. Carlos, Carlos, don't be afraid. E came out, woohoo! Swore not to grow up. El Zapote met an angel rolling down the slope, pushing an ice cream truck. Timor Mortis, conturbed May. Steve Mackin.
Oh.
The wounded god chuckled, picked up his fog latte triple shots, threw down a stack of poems and walked out. Runt backward water, gray painted windows, blackened leaves affixed on cold panes. A lone crow stood on the thin line between the city and the sea. Timor Mortis, conturbed me. H.D. Moe, blessed beatitude, death day is birthday, shooby-doo tiddly-winked, baby beat in a stammering rocket, latitudinal attitude, the world appease. Syncopated synchronicity, go gentle uros in the Japanese silk kimono. Giddy up from word pools, sand, pearls, mirages, charades, deep burp, bleep, blink. Thinking dreams, waking blackouts, we tread on thin vapors, wild roller coasters, Moe's translations. Timor Mortis, conturbed May. Marsha Campbell. Each shortened day, a nightmare recurring. Don't let it use you. When the sun grows cold, there are other suns. Velvet is your cloak. The dagger, use it for clearing. Timor Mortis, conturbed May. Dawn Brennan. Have you gone to the earth of no death, where peach blossom petals flow downstream, and laughter of a tranquil heart trails behind your head? Are you on a bus with a goat in your arms, watching the solitary thistledown rise and float away? The many miles you have walked with anguish were not without joy. There was too much love for everyone, but yourself was forgotten in the hurry-scurry. Dawn, leave a little piece of goodness to me. Timor Mortis, conturbed May. Joel Fallon. Down Chinatown hills, the Green Street marching band, trumpets and trombones, nearer, my God, to thee. Nearer your body, to the green hills of Benicia, the soil and seeds that bring forth life. Nearer your voice booming under the earth crust. What is the excuse for not getting up? We ate salt and pepper chicken wings at Capitol Restaurant. We laughed at the traffic congestion, the funeral procession, the last rite, the last look around, the last trumpet sounding out of tune, the damn cancer that took you. What is the excuse for not loving? Even in death, you are more alive than ever. Timor Mortis, conturbed May. Vince Storti. Little things. Meeting your eyes, meeting them again. Little things, a name, a cordial conversation, an invitation, a picnic in the sun. Little things, the zen of drawing, reading poetry, arguing about a verse, eating spaghetti, drinking tea. Little things, sharing stories, listening to a work in progress that has spanned 40 years. It is little things that deepens friendship. It is little things that I think of you. Timor mortis conturbit me. Aura Jambalaya. She never wrote a word. She never recited a verse. She fed the poets, turned them into Cajuns, and uttered as they moan for more. Food is poetry. Timor mortis conturbit me. The fear of death disturbs me. Poets from the cold, sacred grounds in the light. Wednesday night in the city, magic still brews. Ink-soaked papers, creased inside shirt pockets, pants pockets, coat pockets, and pocketbooks have mouths. Mouths that articulate sounds from native soil to distant lands. Mouths that ride on bikes and in cars. The number 21 Hayes bus driver sees El Duende, white hair and beard, dances his way into the sacred grounds, kisses the old druidess and her flowing hair as the wounded god hollers, hear ye, to the first unfolding of words. Ghosts now, they still occupy their seats. For over 40 years, the dark green divans hold the weight of poets coming in from the cold. They warm their bodies next to each other, laugh, sing, curse, bicker, mull under the wood-paneled ceiling and bright globe lamps, staring at Marilyn Monroe and second-hand arts, writing furious versions. Sentinels of the sacred space, the lesbians, the Sudanese, the Caucasian, the Chinese, sweep away crumbs, mop up spills, keep the coffee hot and lights burning. Burning for the Buddha of the bayou, for matchless goddess, for the bard of the lower hate, for Coyote and his two-legged nemesis, for Emerson, Shakespeare, Edgar and his Nevermore, for Emily, H.D., Sylvia, and Anne. They keep the lights burning for the harmonica and saxophone jazz, for the out-of-tune guitar and its tremulous songstress. They keep the lights burning on this sacred evening, in this sacred fog city, this sacred grounds cafe, at this sacred hour. They keep the lights burning for the beast, the angel, and the madman. Thank you.
So didn't I tell you, soft voice, but not quiet?
Claire Sue, one more round, please. Just one more. Come on. Great. Very great. just so you know, we have a. Can I have the sign-in sheet, please, just for a second?
Clyde always.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay.
No, I have to do this here somewhere. Thank you. So, so after the feature, we take a break. We're going to be 5-7 minutes ish. Melissa Mella, where is she? Oh, there she is. She is the clincher closer super duper bulldozer, so she kicks off the second half and brings us back. We have Clyde Always, Don Altadena, Rob, Edward Myque, Richard May as the mini, Tommy Abacola, the magical Hal Robbins, Evie, Joffrey Cook, Greg Pond, and then, of course, like I said, Melissa Mella closes it down the second half. Now, if you're not on the list, there's probably still times we can put you in there. This thing will be turned off, so you don't have to worry about saying those words that you don't want someone else to hear. Anyway, thank you. We'll be back in about 5 or 6. Hey, talk to the poets, congratulate yourselves, pat yourselves on the back, and don't be rough. Hold on a second, let me get this. Yeah.
It's right over there.